It is the SMT Media Network here to discuss the outcome of the Lakers versus the Clippers, the Battle of LA and the Intuit Dome or Stadium or Arena, whatever they call it. The outcome, not good for the Lakers, much better for the Clippers, as the Clippers won the game by 14, final score 116-102. The Lakers actually broke 100 points. Who would have thunk it? Anyways, let's take a look at some of the numbers, some of the team stats, some of the things that kind of maybe explain why this game turned out the way it did. All right, so to look at the kind of the team stats, I believe the Lakers shot 50% from the field, the Clippers 53% from 3-point. Not much of a discrepancy there. The Clippers shot it a little bit better. Free throws, the Lakers shot a better percentage and took more, shots at the line. The difference maker appears to be rebounding, continuing to play the Lakers. They're not a good rebounding team. Quite often, most nights than not, they're getting out-rebounded. Very specifically, they gave up 11 offensive rebounds and only got 5 themselves. So total rebound plus 5 differential for the Clippers. And then with respect to some of the other things, I think the Clippers did a nice job of pressuring the LA Lakers to make some mistakes, leading to 15 turnovers for the Lakers and only having 12 themselves. And then points on the paint, the Clippers won that. Again, another thing that continues to plague the Lakers is they're always giving up more points in the paint than they can get themselves. Okay, so that kind of gives you an outlook on, what happened from a team standpoint. Individual players' results. Anthony Davis got you 16 points in 37 minutes of action. Not very good. He did have 3 turnovers. He shot 5 of 14 from the field. He took 1 3 and missed it, was 6 of 6 from the line. He did have 10 rebounds. He had a few assists. With respect to LeBron, he got you 25 points in 35 minutes of action. Shot decent, 9 of 20 from the field. I'm sure a lot of those were probably layups or in the paint. 3-point, he took 6 shots. He made 2. It is what it is. Kind of comes with the territory. No big deal there. It's kind of typical for him to take that many threes. I see typically it's about that range. He did have 5 turnovers in the game. So continuing to plague LeBron are the turnovers. He had 11 assists. He had 5 rebounds. He did have 3 steals. I'm not sure if that was him playing passing lanes more or, just the ball kind of popping up at the right time, right place kind of deal. You got 14 points from Austin Reeves. You got 10 from Max Christie. That rounds out your starters. Off the bench, you got very little. Dalton Knecht got you 10 points in 16 minutes of action. That's good for him. We haven't really seen much from him in recent games. He's been pretty quiet. Dorian Finney-Smith, 0 points in 22 minutes. 0 of 3 shooting. 0 of 3 from 3. Right? He really hasn't been having a good outcomes lately. And then from the Clippers side of it, 19 from the claw. He was 9 of 13 from the field in 24 minutes of action. So it looks like they're still kind of monitoring his minutes, right? Zubac's got you 21. I think that says a lot about the bigs over in the Lakers. James Harden got you 21 on 7 of 19 shooting, 4 of 9 from 3. Norman Powell got you 22 on 9 of 17 shooting. Off the bench, you got very little. The Clippers didn't get anything going off the bench. I think your leading bench scorer was Kevin Porter Jr., got you 8 points in 15 minutes of action. Amir Coffey played 29 off the bench, got you 6 points. So, in terms of the Clippers, I was basically carried by their starters. The Clippers played much better defense than the Lakers. The Clippers have much better defensive players than the Lakers collectively. I would say on the floor tonight, in most instances, the best defensive player is AD, but this is a team sport, and we continue to say some of the same problems plaguing the Lakers, not doing enough to win. In my estimation, I don't know if you consider this a blowout, but the Lakers losing by 14 to a rival like the LA Clippers, I call that a bad loss. Any team that has a winning record, the Lakers struggle with. And very often, the good teams just kick their ass. The margin of victories are over 10 points. They've got multiple losses this year of losing by more than 20 points. Many games that has happened. And they've got games where they've lost by more than 30. The Lakers just don't compete well with good teams, especially teams that are coached well. And I would say that Ty Lue definitely has the LA Lakers number. Since he's been a Clippers coach, he's been kicking their ass. And I don't know how much of how much went into Cam Reddish not playing for the Lakers tonight. He never got in the game, and Terrence Mann didn't play for the Clippers. I don't know about any of those things. I'm just looking at the guys available that were playing tonight. The Lakers have not really shown any type of significant improvement in any part of their game this year. I haven't seen the offense improve. I haven't seen the post defense improve. I haven't seen the rotations improve. I really haven't seen much of anything from the Lakers that shows they're going to get better. In fact, if I'm being honest, the most recent trade that involved them getting Dorian Finney-Smith, D'Lo is over in, Brooklyn, killing it, scoring points, getting buckets night in and night out. And I've had, maybe one or two good games from Dorian Finney-Smith so far as a Laker. What have they accomplished with that trade? Absolutely nothing. So this continues to be something that I'll continue to monitor and report on here on the channel and give my commentary on it. But the coaching of the Lakers is horrible. You clearly see that LeBron has not been an agent of winning. He has been an agent of stats. He's logging tons of minutes, but he's not really helping defensively, which is what the team needs. And I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for the guy and say things like, oh, he's 40 years old. What do you expect? Who says this? Your age doesn't matter once the whistle blows and the game starts. You're active. You're on the floor. If he played both sides of the ball competently, I think they would have a better record. But they can't compete with the good teams. They can't beat the good teams. Their record right now is 22-17. They're 8-11 away. I'm not seeing any improvements. And guys that are around LeBron, I don't really see them leveling up either. I'm not going to put it all on LeBron. I'm just saying, what can LeBron do as, the proposed leader, if you will. If you guys think he is, I don't know if you do. I think AD is their best player. I would like to see him become more of a leader, but maybe it's too hard to try to be a leader on a team that has LeBron on the roster. Maybe that dynamic is just impossible to break through. But JJ Redick is a bad coach. I think maybe LeBron makes things difficult defensively for you to compete night in and night out on a consistent basis. And, the hands in the air, the body language stuff, walking off at losses early. I just think some of that stuff, it's just so hard to overlook. And it's videos like this that have to be made. You have to call a spade a spade. When you watch LeBron play as an LA Laker in 2024, 2025, I don't care that he plays a lot of minutes. Half of those minutes don't mean anything because he's not playing defense. He's not playing enough defense that's helping his team win. The record clearly shows they can't beat good teams, and maybe they could turn some of those losses into wins if he was just a willing and able defender. Follow through on his rotations, take that side of the floor more seriously. Cut the minutes down. Maybe you shouldn't play 35 minutes. Maybe you should play 25 minutes, but give me something on defense and promote that culture for the team so the Lakers don't have to be viewed as a laughingstock every time they play a good or competitive team. Every time the Lakers play a team that has a good coach with a good head on their shoulders, with a philosophy and a system and a dynamic offense, they get their ass kicked. And part of that is because of their incomplete effort on defense. The Lakers do not consistently defend. They are not a defensively talented team. They need full effort all the time if they're going to be good on defense, or at least acceptable. And I think LeBron would do himself a favor. It would look better on his part as a leader if he was to lead on that side of the floor. I don't see it happening. I think he's content in what is going on in LA. He's obviously created this because he brought in JJ Redick. He had players shipped out and moved, got rid of Darvin Ham. I personally believe that anytime somebody tries to hold him accountable for anything, he tries to get rid of them. and he wants to run the show. I'm very happy to see that the Lakers suck. I'm very happy to see that the Lakers are struggling and they can't be good teams, because it shows that when you meddle and you do things like this, it needs to fall on you. He's culpable for a lot of the things going on right now. And actually, if I was a Lakers fan, I'll be looking forward to moving on from this whole stupid whatever involvement that, he's running the show. He's the GM, and they got like the media and all this. I'm just excited to see if the Lakers can actually bring in some players that can help them build to the future. If I'm a Lakers fan, outside of 2020, what have we really done here with LeBron?